I'm Connor Williams. Today I'm going to be talking about the difference between Athens and Sparta for my communications class. There's a question brought up for all of eternity. Which is better, brains or bronze? Athens versus Sparta were two Greek cities that perfectly embodied this debate. So let's talk about their political systems. Sparta had two kings. They also had a council, and they were very good with women's rights. They treated women especially well because they thought of women as the mothers of their warriors. This is very well shown because Sparta allowed the women to own farms, vote in elections, and many other things of that style. Athens, on the other hand, was very forward-thinking in democracy. Problem was, they didn't treat women very well at all. Women had little to no rights, while men voted on every election. If you were a citizen of the country, that is. Slaves didn't get to vote either. Now let's talk about their culture and religion. The Spartans worshipped the god Ares, who was the god of war, the violent kind of war. Spartans also had a statue of Ares chained in the middle of their city. The reason this is, Ares was the god of war, but he was also a notorious coward. So they chained him up so he couldn't be cowardly in the fear of battle when they were fighting with him. Athens worshipped Athena, the goddess of art, trade, wisdom, and warfare, the smart kind. Athens worshipped Athena because they believed in ancient times Poseidon wanted to be their patron god. After a battle of intelligence, Athena won, and so the Athenians decided to worship her. The ironic thing is, they became a sea trading people, and Poseidon's the god of the sea. Now what about their continued effect on the modern world? Spartans today are remembered as some of the greatest warriors of all time. And though they were great warriors, modern myth and legend has made them better than they really were. In a lot of wars, they lost, but they lost with power. Athens is remembered for their great art, for their long-living effects on the modern democracy. Even though they had some backwards views on things like women's rights and slavery, Athens showed a lot of great democratic views that are used in modern society. To conclude, these two Greek countries perfectly embody the old debate of brains versus bronze. Sparta showed the toughness. Athens showed the brains. Both countries were smart. Both countries had pros and cons. Here are the sources that I used in this thing. Thank you for listening to me talk about Athens versus Sparta.